So go, slow. Back my logo, for show, logo. Now get down on it.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Saints going up against the Vikings.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Emmanuel Lamur from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. On second down, here's Breeze. Caught right side at Snead. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, second down. Pretty bizarre for AP. Plays the first 10 years of his career with the Vikings. He leaves for New Orleans, and his first game is, boom, right here at Minnesota.
You think maybe he was headed to the home locker room when he got off the bus?
Probably got a little confused.
But I know one thing. He's going to be motivated for this one.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Shift together here from the D-line. Snap comes at 1. And now Breeze. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Breeze. Over the middle, open is Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 41 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Bridgewater on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. Eluding the pressure right. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete.
Now, that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3 and out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Now it's Ginn. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Give him 30 yards there. Peterson gets the handoff from Breeze. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. To throw is Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time. The Saints put up 29 points a game last year, second only to the Falcons, and they're in range to get some points on this drive as well. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Awfully nice to see Adrian Peterson back and running well. Look, it was just 2015 when he won his last rushing title. Got hurt in 2016, and that season became a bit of a wash.
Yeah, it did become. They're hoping to get back to that old form that you're alluding to, though. He does have 3 rushing titles, including that one you mentioned in 2015. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try and run. Ingram. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And now out comes Minnesota. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Sheldon Rankins with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And the gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58. 51 the mic, boy. 51. 2-Jet. 2-Jet. Dagger. Dagger. Hey.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Nifty move. And now running right through it. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he is leveled. Knocked down hard at the 7-yard line. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, big hit at the 16. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake to Peterson. Here's Breeze to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody has that ability, they want them on their team.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
From the gun, it's Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Third down, it's Adrian Peterson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Breeze now on first down. And this is incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's Breeze. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31. And the former first pick in the second round of the 2001 draft doing his thing.
And the beauty of watching him play is progressions. Yeah, he can throw it deep, but how about his ability to hit secondary targets, underneath targets, and hits them with accuracy?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's Breeze to throw. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, his first touchdown in a Saints uniform. And the Saints add on to their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Going deep for Diggs. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And now a first down following that long gain. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. And he puts it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Hey, easy. 11. 21.
On first down, Breeze. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before half for Breeze. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Here's Murray, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long.
Let's go.
To throw is Bridgewater. Buying time to his left. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that takes us from second to third down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come up.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Donnell Allerby coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Ginn. Oh, now he bowls him over. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. on first down is Breeze. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a junior tennis champion. Beat Andy Roddick, the future U.S. Open champion, back when they were in the juniors. I think that footwork really helps him be the great quarterback he is now.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that.
Now Breeze lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Second down, Bridgewater. Lets it fly for Thielen. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Left side and caught by Flainer. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. The motion man here, Flainer. They run again on first down. Peterson looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So 2nd and 10 here. Now Breeze. Well, this is caught by Ginn. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 19 yards that time for number 19. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It'll be a gain of 4. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. We're still in search of the first down after that last completion. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. The motion man here, Fleener. Back to the ground, Peterson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The motion man here, Fleener. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll send the tight end in motion left. On second down, here's Breeze. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. The Saints on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Shotgun now for Breeze. Again has it complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. On the keeper, it's Breeze. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. 1st and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They run. Peterson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football.
Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Open here, Adam Thielen. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. And even 40 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Tiger! Let's go!
From the gun, Bridgewater. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night?
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Latavius Murray, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's Peterson. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So now 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 6. They run with Peterson. He's been busy tonight. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On second down, Bridgewater again. Big hold to the 30, and this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 14 yards that time for number 14.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice.
It's caught inside the 25. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Vikings on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. Bridgewater again. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Here's Peterson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They run again with Peterson. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now Peterson down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. but 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
Now the Vikings now heading onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They go play action here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Now the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
I know he carries it a lot. I know he touches it a lot. But he does have a tendency to turn it over, and sometimes in some real key situations. I just don't see how with that death grip handshake Adrian Peterson has. I would figure the ball would never pop through.
Yeah, you've talked about that a lot, but you give your star like AP a little bit of a break here, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you can talk about those fumbles, and then you remember all the gigantic plays that he makes, and you learn to live with a few of them.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Nate Stupar in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
And this offense needs a touchdown. A field goal won't get it done in this situation. But after giving up back-to-back sacks, things are looking a little bit bleak.
Back to throw. It's brought in by Floyd. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 30 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be a Minnesota first down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Down to their last chance now. This is going to have to be a heave for the end zone and just hope for a miracle.
And I don't sit back with everyone back defending. I've got to have somebody rushing the quarterback. Don't make it easy for him to set up and throw the ball all the way downfield.
One last shot now for Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Delvin Breaux with a pick. And look out, I think he's going to go. 20, 10, 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.